Gus, you talk about the difference with this Butler team, especially in the backcourt. With Savage and Woodson and Kamar Baldwin. Guards are able to beat you off the dribble, break you down. You didn't have that combination in the previous years. That adds so much value to what they want to do offensively.
Bradley Hayes is checked in now from Georgetown. We're from 42 to center. Pryor. Prolific score.
This is excellent defense on the pick and roll by Butler.
Bradley Hayes jump up here.
In the game for Georgetown to be simple. When you have scores inside, you can get the ball to them, work it around the perimeter. That creates the opportunities that we just saw from Hayes.
Hayes scoreless on Wednesday against Providence. Travis is tricky at the box. Leaves his feet. 9 to shoot from Keelan Martin. Martin driving, pulling. Save from going out of bounds by LJP. What a play. Pryor down the lane. Hayes to the offensive rebound. Pryor deep. And a whistle and foul coming up against the Hoyas.
Both teams off to a little slow start, but if Bradley Hayes can get his feet in the paint, a nice little...
Together, they made some jokes, tried to make the situation a little lighter, and he did tell me that not one player thought about not getting on that plane.
Oh, thank you very much, Shannon. Great story. Great report. Scary moment for these young men.
Have you ever been in that situation?
Yes, I have.
It is.
You know, I've never been on it where the oxygen masks have come out.
I've been on it where one time we were flying into Michigan State, we couldn't land because of an undertow wind. We had to go back up. When I was playing with the Mavericks one time, we had to divert to Austin. It was so bumpy. Guys would not get back on the plane. Decided just to cab it to Dallas.
Here, Tyler Lewis down the lane, finding Martin. Georgetown doing a nice job on Keelan Martin so far. Here's Lewis. Nate Fowler is checked in, number 51 for Butler. Travis down the lane, left hand off the glass, high, in and out. Tight rims here in D.C.
But I love the fact that Travis has adjusted his game, Gus. He's not just a pick and pop. He's going to attack off the dribble, did it successfully with nowhere.
Bradley Hayes couldn't get the angle on the jump hook.
But he's getting good position. Now he just has to finish inside.
Martin rising fire. Miles will head the other way.
And Butler needs to do a better job. Right now, Georgetown and even Hayes are able to get clean touches, easy looks, deep position. They may be missing now, but that tide can turn and really hurt Butler.
Butler 1 for 8 to start this game. 2 from the three-point line. Georgetown 2 for 8. As LJP brings the ball up the floor. With Derrickson, Bradley Hayes inside again. Great position. Draws a double, splits it, and lays it in.
And I love the patience that time. Maybe he's looking beefy for a double team that never came, but he maintained his dribble.
Hayes with 4 of the 6 points for the Hoyas. Jump shot. That one off the back for Woodson. The offensive rebound going to Butler.
And the difference being Butler struggling from the perimeter, guys. They really don't have a post player they can dump it down to get something easy.
Ethan Savage in and out dribble. Cut off. Fowler deep in the corner and hits the jump shot.
Pretty jump shot.
Nicely done for Butler. 6-5. Pete. Love to hear that sound.
Big and hated when guards came and got it. They didn't like that sound when guards got it. They didn't like that sound.
13:06 to play in the first half. Butler, the 18th ranked team in the nation. Savage on the baseline. The runner won't go. Mosley, he'll rake it and take it into the front court. Drives down the lane and cross contact.
you got to do against this Butler team. You got to stay on point. And this time prior, a half a reach inside. His head is turned, and he gives open a jump shot. That's just a little attention to detail that you got to have. Again, when you have a team that's struggling to shoot and make shots, you don't want to give them any open opportunities. They get hot quickly.
So Mosley at the line. As we mentioned, he played for the legendary Bob Hurley Sr. at St. Anthony's. Caleb Johnson checks in now for Georgetown. Mosley, a freshman, with 3 points on Wednesday against Providence. He's done a solid job, though, distributing the basketball.
And difference being, too, with this Georgetown team, and you played point, you played guard, is understanding as a guard how to distribute and make plays. You guys are still kind of learning that with Georgetown, with the injuries and inconsistencies. It hasn't been an easy road early on for Georgetown.
Real pressure now by the Hoyas, and they force the turnover. Bryant inside, blocked by Fowler. But this is the new wrinkle that John Thompson III has implemented with his team, and the Hoyas force back-to-back turnovers. They want to press and trap more.
Well, it makes sense because this team, Georgetown is going to play hard. And back in the day, the moniker for this team was defensively. They get up into you, and now they can see him. Big John right there may not be showing it, but he's enjoying it right now, that defensive end.
And they used to press and trap
big
back
time.
in the day.
Oh, they put fear in the teams that came into play because of that aggressive defense.
8-5, Hoyas. Caleb Johnson feeding Bradley Hayes inside, can't make the catch, out of bounds. And Georgetown will hold on.
Caleb has to see the backside of the defense, swung it to the corner. That way they could have dumped it inside, and Hayes would have had his player on his back.
Johnson. Pryor still looking to get on track offensively. Caleb Johnson wide open. And loosen these rims up a little bit.
They got to make something. But, excellent drive pitch. You got to take the shot when you open.
Martin inside. And a beautiful play as Nate Fowler, nice hands, lays it in.
Yeah, slow rotation on the backside, but always tough to guard that middle pick and roll. The rotations have to be on point. That time, Georgetown slow.
So far, though, a good sign for Georgetown. 8 minutes without any turnovers. Erickson, he's crafty down here. Step, hits it up and in.
Big body. Again, both Hayes and Erickson patient inside. Now they're maintaining their dribble, absorbing contact, and now starting to finish a lot more.
Savage. Baseline. And this one goes down for Avery Woodson. Woodson, the graduate transfer from Memphis, averaging 8 points a game on the season. And a whistling foul. Looks like a block going against Butler.
A little pick and roll inside. Excellent pass by Martin. And Derrickson
to reach the NCAA tournament in each of his first 2 seasons.
Hey, think about it. Coach Holtman came in kind of like a stopgap a little bit, not knowing what was going to happen, but immediately his voice was heard and respected by his team. Hence, excellent job, coach. Team. Hence, nice combination. Executed. Out of bounds play, able to get a basket inside of the pick and roll.
Martin driving baseline, gets to the hole and one. Ethan Martin's lost a little bit of weight. He's gotten stronger and more explosive.
Coaches draw this up all the time. Isolation on the wing, and Keelan Martin able with a jab step to get inside, and the points that come from secondary things underneath out of bounds, you get 4 to 8 of those at half. Now you're playing efficient basketball, excellent execution on both ends. of the court offensively.
Martin, preseason All Big East. First team is chosen by the league's coaches. Last year, he was second team All Big East. Had 8 double-doubles and 10 games of 20 or more points. Kind of came out of nowhere.
He did, but you love the development. The skill set was there. He just had to get his feet wet and get comfortable.
And a travel on the Hoyas. That's their first turnover.
Man, you've seen it, Gus. When guys come in, you see the skill set. You just don't know how they're going to react and adjust. And playing with this Butler system, Keenan Martin was able to acclimate himself offensively right away and stand out.
Savage. 16-foot pull-up. Down. Calls it down. Mulmore. Push it hard. Tatum Johnson exploding with a hard block. And down for the offensive rebound. And put back.
And that's why you push. Defense is not bound, so even if you miss the shot, you have numbers on the offensive end, able to get an offensive rebound and stick back.
A lot of talent on this Georgetown team. They're just trying to figure out how to put it together. Widening the kick to Keelan Martin. Long-range jump shot, no. Talking to Big John before the game, he said the bigs need to do a better job on both sides, offensively and defensively, and they're doing it. Mulmore forcing his way to the basket. Savage slicing down the lane, the teardrop off the heel.
Both teams, layups inside, unable to finish.
One more the kick. LJ Peak steps into a jump shot and hits.
Once again, in transition, deep penetration by Mulmore, able to suck the defense down, and LJ Peak able to get a clean look at a 3.
5 points for Peak. Warriors up 17-13. Martin again on the hop. Down, kicks it out. Peak, head up. Pull up jump shot. Peak. Now Avery Woodson. Nice pace to this game.
It is. It's in Georgetown's favor. But both love to execute in half court. Make shots.
Baldwin, and he'll make one. Come on, Baldwin.
Yes, I like him. Freshman. I mean, he's a freshman, multi-talented, made some big plays down the stretch of that game. Of course, the steal on Josh Hart, not afraid of the big moment. There he is.
Steal. But he steps on the sideline out of bounds.
I mean, some guys just get it at a young age, and Kamar Baldwin steps right into his jump shot, but in the big time at the big moment. It's understanding where you're at on the court. He was able to get a steal, able to finish.
The Hoyas prepare to inbound it as Mosley and LJ Peak will walk the ball up the floor.
After Chris Holtman, you're right where you want to be. You guard against a big win. How do you come back and play mentally afterwards?
Peak falling down, and he steps on the baseline out of bounds.
It's funny that Coach Holtman said that he was actually harder on his players after the game. They didn't really break down that game tape because there was too much emphasis on it. He wanted to move forward, but he was a little tougher afterwards, knowing that they needed the focus coming into this afternoon's contact.
I don't know, Jimmy, you beat the #1 team in the nation, the defending national champions, and you're harder on them.
Yeah.
You give them 5 minutes to suck that in, shouldn't you?
Well, he did. When they stormed the court, they got back to the locker room. But after that, you know how coaches are. They're always looking at the next game. You know, always looking at the next game.
Baldwin. Back it up. 9 to shoot for Lewis. He hands it off. 4 to shoot. Lewis has to hurry. Goes up. Georgetown looking to even things up. 2 right here. Mosley drives and is fouled. Avery Woodson, though, big start for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, the grad transfer from Memphis. With age comes experience, comes patience, and that's what Woodson is able to do in the first half. He doesn't rush opportunity, gives his Butler team experience, but also a guard, as we see. He can break you down and beat you off the dribble.
Woodson, in 2 years at Memphis, played in 64 games, started 45. Tubby Smith, in his first year as the head coach with the Tigers. I think that's a great job for Tubby.
It is, because he's familiar with that part of the country, been at Tulsa before, down in Kentucky. He's won in Georgia. He's been successful. He did at Texas Tech when he was there. I love Tubby to death, covering him for years at Minnesota. And I know the Memphis community was happy to have him back down in that area.
As Mosley hits the second free throw to tie the game up at 24. And Mosley 4 for 4. And a steal by LJ Peak. There's that pressure. And he makes it pay.
And I love when Georgetown is aggressive. That time Butler a little rush. Lob passes never work against an aggressive team.
Meanwhile, a foul on Peak.
And you kind of live with that a little bit, you know, the aggression. But once the ball gets in the corner, coaches talk about it. Get it out of the corner. If you're going to lob it, you're just setting yourself up for a turnover. And now it's so deep when this lob comes about that it's an easy basket for Peak inside.
How do we see college teams pressing more?
I don't know if coaches trust him as much. I mean, certain teams, more experienced teams, can do it. You see Georgetown.
Great hustle, Caleb Johnson will lose it. Savage, the Baldwin, Woodson, a jump shot. Derrickson pulls it down.
3-on-1, you got to get something. I think going to the basket instead of settling for a three if you're Butler.
Georgetown playing with great energy here in this first half, especially considering they have yet to win a conference game 0-3.
And sometimes when you're not shooting well, energy will carry you through. That time it's a tough passing angle. Hayes is saying pass it to the corner. That's 5 turnovers. Pass it to the corner and then enter it inside.
John Thompson III. Here's an eerie stat for you folks. Georgetown 0-3 in the conference for the first time since 98-99. That year, they went on to be 0-4, leading John Thompson's resignation on January 8th. What's today's date? Today is the 7th. Baseline home and hits.
Always patient. Young freshman able to knock it in.
Hayes finds Derrickson curling down the lane. Beautiful job with the left hand by Marcus Derrickson.
High post action. Hayes now into Derrickson for a great trail play inside. Able to open it up.
Savage. Less than 2 minutes to play in the first half. Travis quiet offensively. And he trapped. 7 turnovers for Butler.
Post action for the last possession by Georgetown. Baldwin didn't commit inside, afraid of giving up a three-point shot, which opens up the lane. That little jab right there didn't deter Derrickson from finishing.
LJ Peak. Bradley Hayes with the rebound. Shot clock did not reset. 13 to shoot. Mosley, the floater, got it.
And the Georgetown team got time. They can play. It's just a matter of keeping it together. I love the aggressive nature. The aggressive defensively. I think it gives them a little bit more energy, a little bit more spark in their game.
Keelan Martin just off the bench, and he'll hit this jump shot from 20 feet away.
Sometimes you don't have to be long when you're a scorer to come in the game and knock it in. Just give them some space.
Derrickson, guarded by Martin. Now he'll face, spin, and a push.
See, Mosley used to accustomed to big-time action in high school, able to hit the floater inside, and Keelan Martin, fresh off the bench, so what? Give me space, I'll make you pay for it.
So Marcus Derrick.
Well, Gus, after that win over Villanova this past week, Chris Holtmann said he was up all night thinking about this game. He told his guys preparing for this game that they just haven't responded well to winning this season. He told me coming out of the locker room, we didn't play our worst, we didn't play our best. There was somewhere in between. It all starts and ends with physicality, and not just in the paint, guys. He said Georgetown was just tougher than us all over the court, and we've got to get tough.
Well, tough play right there, Shannon, by Travis as he finally gets it going offensively.
Well, Travis taking a page out of Georgetown's book, getting deep post position, able to field the defender, but then quick spin, off balance, off the glass. And I like the mindset of Butler coming out of timeout to attack the paint versus Georgetown.
Mosley. And Mosley having a really solid game. 8 points for the true freshman. And that sets up the Georgetown trap.
We were talking to Alonzo during the halftime, and he said he loved the aggressive nature in which Georgetown was playing defensively early in the first half.
So many great players have worn the Georgetown uniform over the years. I mean, I'm talking about great pros. Patrick Ewing, Tim Bay, Alonzo, Allen Iverson.
I got a chance to play with the three you just mentioned. Not only excellent basketball players, Gus, but more importantly, better people.
Martin. And a whistle offensive foul. Here's a question. You played with Allen Iverson?
Yep.
Did he practice?
Did he?
He did practice hard all the time.
Yeah, he practiced hard. And, you know, one thing about Allen that I loved, no matter what his night activities may have entailed, when it came to lacing it up, he didn't miss a game. All this stuff about I want to miss a game and rest, Allen brought it for 48 minutes every night. One
of the few men that can hang with the Owls and soar with the Eagles.
Oh, definitely. He's waking Owls up, bro.
Steve Lavin, I got that from him the other day. Yeah. Lewis to Travis. Now Martin crosses over down the lane. The kick. Extra pass. Lewis straight away.
And that's what Tyler Lewis can give to you again. But the play was all set up by the deep penetration of Keelan Martin attracting so much attention and able to get the ball back out to an open look.
First basket of the game for Tyler Lewis. 36-35 Butler. Mosley again. His confidence is growing in this one. That time with the left hand.
Yeah, turn the corner, able to get inside off the pick and roll.
11 points. Mosley with the steal. Pete, Mosley, Pete. And a good hands by Baldwin as he knocks that one out of bounds.
How can you impact your team? It's not always scoring, it's activity, and Mosley has done it offensively, but yet still defensively. He's been active, a value add for Georgetown in the backcourt.
Mosley trying to drive on Lewis and reverse it. Pryor curling down the lane, the running left-hander, not a good shot. Bradley Hayes with the offensive rebound, can't hold on. Pryor scoreless in this game, 0 for 6. And Pryor averaging close to 20 points per game on the season. Baldwin, that time with the right hand.
Tricky, man. And Jacob Moses just able to do the little things, a little runner inside here. When you get your chance as a freshman, try not to do too much, but do enough to make things work. And I love his demeanor, his pace, his patience. Defensively, he's active.
One thing you know about him, playing for Bob Hurley at St. Anthony's, he knows how to play the game.
Yeah.
A freshman, though, he's got to find his rhythm. Starting to do that today.
Well, that's the value of having a high school coach.
LJ Beek with the steal. And jam.
Again, defensively able to get out, but that's the value of having an experienced high school coach that gives you those fundamentals. When you come into college, you're already prepared to step up to the next level.
39-36. Backdoor cut. Martin. No call. Oh, yes, now a foul call. As Bradley Hayes will be called for the foul.
Well, I'll tell you this much. The backdoor cut that was good, but here's a steal inside. Peak being aggressive, but that was just a lazy pass right there, Gus, by Baldwin. A freshman making a mistake that you can get away with in high school, but at this level, it doesn't work.
Keelan Martin, and what's the book on this young man from Louisville, Kentucky?
Besides, he can play. You know, he's a matchup nightmare, but Georgetown doing an excellent job of having multiple defenders around him. He can go in the post, dual threat, or step out. The thing that has worked, and you mentioned this earlier, on his body, is because he puts in the work. Not only on his game, but on his body to be prepared to play at the highest level.
Went to Butler High School in Louisville. There was another guy played in New York and Detroit and Tennessee that was a pretty good player, I think, at Butler High School.
Came out with me. Allen Houston. Talking about stroke the basketball. I mean, beautiful.
Savage ready to check in now for Butler. And as Tyler Lewis will take a seat. JP will serve as the inbounder. Dow off the bench will come in. As Lewis picks up his third foul. Comes into this game averaging 20 points a game. His season low 7.
Well, you think about half his shots from behind the arc. So you got to figure out ways, not only through the offense, but Pryor himself. Let me get myself to the free throw line. Let me get an easy basket. And now I feel more comfortable taking a jump shot. You don't want to settle. He's seasoned enough to know, especially being the scorer, of how to get into his rhythm. Let's see if he can start to make that happen.
Largest lead of the game now for Butler, 45-41. Georgetown has had problems closing out games. Maryland, Xavier, Pete, 3-pointer. Woodson to Martin, steps into a 3. Mulmore finds Caleb Johnson. Oh, nicely done. First basket of the game for Caleb Johnson as he cuts the Butler lead to 2.
And it may be simple, but that advance pass by Mulmore allowed that play to happen, guys.
Savage, meanwhile, answering on the other end. From the ball, Savage and Pete getting tied up. Savage, the transfer from George Washington.
The advance pass. Georgetown now getting back on defense. Those things can get you out of the slump that you're currently in.
Bradley Hayes along with LJP. Here's Hayes spinning on the baseline. Jump hook, way short. Keelan Martin swooping into the rebound.
And that time Hayes was a little further out the lane. Hence, the shot came up a little shorter. So excellent job by Fowler that time of meeting Hayes early on the block.
Savage, pump fake, picks up his dribble. 10 to shoot for Keelan Martin. Martin tried to bounce it inside, out of bounds. Last touch by the Hoyas. Shot clock at 5. Take a look at the Big East standings. Xavier, Creighton, Villanova, along with Butler. And St. John's. How about the Red Storm 2-1 as well? To beat these Butler Bulldogs.
Samori Pons right there. Bashir Ahmed. Those 3 are really, really good. Slowly forming. Tough team.
So with those 2 good guards on the bet, I guarantee you next year Chris Muller's going to get some high jumping cat that can rebound and stick back a bunch of those misses. Pryor.
He can get them though. I see. They play defense that can block shot. It's just for them learning how to play at this level and win games. Kind of like Georgetown. You're there, but can you consistently finish the game?
Savage steps back to the jump shot and carries. 5 points. And now Butler taking their largest lead of the game, 50-43. Georgetown. They've gone cold. Inside Hayes, good catch and lay-in.
Again, the middle pick and roll is so tough to guard, especially if you have shooters on the perimeter. It opens it up. That's why that back line of the defense has to be communicating. That time Butler not in proper position to take away the easy basket.
8 points for Bradley Hayes. 10 minutes to play. Baldwin. Backdoor cut. Martin. What a job. The freshman with great eyes.
How about that deep penetration inside? Didn't panic inside. Allowed the defense to open up. And then Martin was happy to get finding an easy basket inside.
Bradley Hayes draws a double team this time. Peak. Slicing. And a timeout called by Georgetown. LJ Peak. 9:28 to play. 52-47. Back out. Shannon. My mother passed away from ovarian cancer.
And my father had bladder cancer. So since we all get touched by that horrible disease, I'd love to see when people advocate for it and come together.
9:15 to go. 52-47. Butler. And a whistle on the baseline.
Yeah, but what a read. I mean, by the freshman, understanding that Pryor overplayed the top pick, immediately attacked the baseline. See, that's so instinctive. You just don't coach that.
As Pryor picks up his second foul, each team with 16 fouls. Looks like Georgetown has dropped back into a 2-3 zone.
And look, this is the gaps. Can Butler exploit it, but also have to check out when the shot goes up if you're Georgetown.
Savage spitting, top of the key, short. Rebound inside by Nate Fowler. And the Hoyas commit the foul.
That time Pryor got caught on Fowler because of the rotation of the zone, not able to wedge him out far enough to prevent that offensive rebound. And that's some of the issues sometimes when you play zone defense. You're not playing the man, you're playing an area. You have to find the body.
Nate Fowler at the line. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio, Moeller High School. As he gets the first one. At a career high 17 points against Norfolk State. And he gets both free throws. Let's see if Mosley continues to play aggressive basketball, the freshman. He's got a good scoring day. He'll take it deep.
Listen, do me a favor. I'm going to play the Mega Millions. Can you please give me some of those numbers since you're so prophetic?
Okay.
Can you do that?
Whatever you need, Jim.
Oh, I just need that. This one time, bro. This one time.
54-50. Mosley has been a spark. Savage lost it, stolen away. Peak driving and foul. And he goes down hard.
Inside transition.
Keith Jackson used to say these athletes, young athletes, are made of a combination of rubber and steel. LJ Peak, Gaffney, South Carolina. Gets the first and gets the book on LJ.
Highly skilled player. He called his offensive game, shooting the basketball from the perimeter at a higher rate. Mentally tough, this young man. Defensively can get into you. I think his ceiling is high as far as potential. He's only scratching the surface on how good he can be. The knowledge, the understanding is coming along. Hence, he's playing at a higher rate of basketball.
Georgetown cuts the lead to 2. Full court pressure by the Hoyas. Baldwin deep in the backcourt. Now the Hoyas back off as he brings it over the midcourt line. Baldwin, look at the handle in traffic. The kick, Woodson thought about it. Seven to shoot for Baldwin. He gets downhill, down the lane, a runner, and good. Woo. This This kid is crafty.
You see how he slithered right in between the lane? And then once again, he finished with his right hand in traffic.
12 points for the freshman. 56-52. Derrickson a three. Now Savage. Woodson has been quiet after a big first half. Step back Jay. Bradley Hayes with the rebound. Savage. Make it Mosley. Derrickson on the baseline, underneath, pump fake, got it up, counted on the foul. Now that's a great play. And Marcus Derrickson will go to the line to try
out team to either get a steal, off a tough shot, a rebound, and get out in transition and score. So you have to allow your offense to be your best weapon for your defense.
Derrickson adds the free throw. This game has had 5 ties and 14 lead changes. Derrickson with 9 points. Full pressure by the Hoyas. Lewis back in. Allen kicked and out of bounds. Mosley has been all over the floor today. Great energy by the freshman. So Travis will throw it in bounds. Baldwin along with Woodson, Lewis, and Weidman on the court for the Bulldogs. Travis driving, spinning, leading, off the heel, gets his own rebound. New shot clock for Butler. Baseline, Baldwin deep. Bam.
They just execute. It's nothing special, spectacular, but it's the move by Travis, offensive rebound. Woodson not taking the forced jump shot. Wind up with a high percentage three-point shot.
Good hustle by Weidman. May have burned his hand on the floor.
That's big-time basketball, guys. That's how you win games.
Baldwin with a career-high 15 points.
And you love the hustle that's this time by Weidman. Giving up his body, knowing how important each possession, especially down the stretch of a close game, is.
Bradley Hayes.
Trying to post that peak on Baldwin inside. Couldn't get it to him.
Here's Hayes on the other side now. Oh, beautiful move. He backed his man all the way down. Used that great height and weight for the easy layup. Hayes with 10 points. 59-57. Travis, guarded by Derrickson. Will reload. Inside. Jump hook. Got it. Textbook YMCA.
He got that from his father played for the Washington Generals. They needed him on the Generals, and they could have won some games.
Now Derrickson. Can he answer? And an offensive foul.
It's a postman party. Sometimes when it's easy, you go away from it. Hayes is like, just keep feeding me. I can score, but on the other end, Travis, creative, tricky, maybe not as athletic, but a nice jump hook inside.
Lewis lost his footing. I think they're going to call it kickball, or is that a foul?
Lewis might have gotten away with a little push-off with his off arm. That's what I know Mosley is talking about. Just keep your eye once he gets over the top, right? The right arm right there. See that push-off? So the feet got tangled up at the end, but the push from Tyler was there early.
Mosley called for the foul.
Yeah.
His third. Tyler Lewis at the line. 78% free throw shooter.
I guess when things are not going your way, a play like that could have been a turnover. You get possession. He caught. That time he allowed LJP to have space to clear. The pass was there.
Peak with 15 points, make it 16 now. 3-point lead for Butler. Georgetown, though, has to figure out how to come up with some timely stops. Baldwin.
One-man press breaker right there.
Travis down the lane. Bump. No call. And the rebound goes to the Hoyas and a foul ball. And Georgetown will shoot free throws.
Right on point, Gus. You mentioned Georgetown needed to get a stop, and that time forcing Travis to his left hand.
Johnson a 44% free throw shooter.
Oh. Like this, Georgetown can set their defense and force another Butler turnover.
Georgetown has shot it well from the free throw line today, 10 of 12. And he misses both.
Free throw shooting is so mental, guys. When it goes the other way at times, you just can't break yourself out of it. Johnson has good form. Just didn't finish and came up short.
Baldwin driving, cut off. Woodson. Keelan Martin, fresh off the bench, 14-foot lead in, no. Mosley with the ball to LJP. He's got to get going. Drives to the bucket. Can't get it to stay down.
Everything but the basket on that move right there, because
they spread the floor for Lewis. 3:30 to go. 3-point game. Butler looking for their 14th win of the season, their third in conference play. Baldwin. Herky-jerky. Crosses over, fires.
That kind of like you right there, didn't it, guys, back in the day?
In my dreams. Now Derrickson. Hayes feeding inside, not a good pass, and the Hoyas catch a break. LJP almost got this one to go down. Hoyas under 3 minutes to go.
You get the stop, you finish the play with a defensive rebound, then you set your offense.
Georgetown trying to figure out how to win close games. They were 3-10 in games decided by 6 points last year. And a whistle. And that is the fourth foul on Travis. And that'll send Derrickson to the line. Clock stopping at 2:57. So far this year, the Hoyas are 2-4 in games decided by 6 points or less. And 2 of those losses have come in the last 7 days. There's a foul trouble.
Travis before. Georgetown in pretty good shape. You talk about down the stretch of the game. A lot of it is decision making, especially with your major ball handlers. Do you get into the sets quick enough, get the plays, make the right decision defensively? Are you doing the little things? And that's what Georgetown hasn't been able to do in those situations.
It's like a lane violation called against Butler's Avery Woodson. John Thompson III trying to keep his team inspired, encouraged. Derrickson. And he makes the second. 1-point game. 2:57 to play. Hoyas, everything on the line. They don't want to fall to 0-4 in conference play. Can Butler build upon their huge win over the national champs earlier this week by winning a big one on the road? 8 to shoot. Fires a fade. A brick. Loose. LJ Peak with a rebound. Hoyas can take the lead right here. Who wants the ball? Hayes has been great inside.
Get it to him. Let him work.
Guarded by Travis. Backs him down. Kicks it out. Extra pass. Derrickson. Bam! 8-0 run for Georgetown. And they take the lead. Derrickson with 14. Timeout, Butler. Georgetown 201 away from knocking off the 18th ranked team in the nation. Can they do it? We'll see right after this.
Our position is so critical. And you see Tyler Lewis in this game handling the ball late, but also now you got Savage, a veteran that knows how in late game situations to be the coach on the floor.
All right, so here's Savage. Butler scoreless in the last 3 minutes. Fowler, Woodson. Woodson double team, keeps his dribble alive. Pushes off. Savage, 7 to shoot. Savage inside. Fadeaway jumper, an air ball. Bradley Hayes plucks it out of the air, and the Hoyas have it. And they'll slow it down.
2 consecutive stops, Gus, on the defensive end of the court.
Can the Hoyas make good decisions is the question. Down the stretch, and John Thompson, the third, calls a timeout to make sure.
Well, he knows how important this possession is in regards to the confidence of this Georgetown team. And a lot of times, guys, what you want is to get the shot you want. You can't get, and, you know, John Thompson the third, I thought, strategically, by pressing and being aggressive early defensively, forced the team to really play aggressive offensively as well.
Caleb Johnson along with Mosley, Derrickson, LJ Peak and Hayes, 9 to shoot. Here's Mosley. He's had the hot hand, 5 to shoot. Takes a look at the clock. He's got to hurry up. Gets to the hole, short. Gets his own rebound and foul. There's the energy that the Hoyas have been craving this season.
Well, it's the second effort. Mosley didn't panic when the shot clock was going down. He knew exactly where he was at, aware of the situation. Bop, right back to go get the offensive rebound. And Coach Thompson right there. Applaud this young freshman for the effort, the extra effort.
And he's 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He's the former New Jersey Prep Player of the Year. (65 to 63). 1:08 to go.
So important against a team like Butler. You have chances to close it out, to extend the lead. You have to take advantage of it.
He gets a second. 3-point lead for Georgetown. Travis will throw it in bounds. Georgetown picking up full court. And the Hoyas play defense without Fowler. Savage to Fowler, a 3. Oh my goodness! And we are level at 66. Nate Fowler with the equalizer with 54 seconds remaining.
Wow. But
66-66. LJ Peak, Mosley, Caleb Johnson, Bradley Hayes, Marcus Derrickson for the Hoyas. Hayes. Mosley leans in and foul. Mosley has put so much pressure on this Butler defense with his ability to penetrate.
Well, off the handoff, the dribble handoff here, it's already deep enough. So he's able to get right inside of here and create an opportunity. And instead of panicking, he poised himself, Gus, baited the defender and got the foul.
Mosley for the lead. He now has a career-high 16 points. 67-66. He's 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Georgetown looking for their first conference win of the season. 0-3. Both free throws good. And Nate Fowler will come back into the game. Travis, the inbounder. Warriors picking up full court. 68-66. Savage. And a timeout called by Butler. We'll stay right here.
And you love the offensive, defensive substitution.
That heading to D.C. to play a team that's been backed in the corner, Georgetown, was going to be a difficult task. So Travis will inbound. 25 on the shot clock. 31.8 on the game clock. Savage, pick and roll. Here's a switch. Derrickson guarding it. He can take it. Backs it up. Savage keeps the ball in his hands. 10 to shoot. Bradley Hayes guarding him now. Turns a corner. Step back. One stepper. No. Loose ball. Fowler with a rebound, and he's fouled.
That time, a little confusion on the Butler side offensively. A tough shot by Savage, but again, because of the communication, really wasn't there. Travis able to dive right to the basket.
So Nate Fowler goes to the line. He's a 75% free throw shooter. He's 3 for 3 from the line. 1-point game. 68-67. And we're level. 68-68. 8.5 seconds to go. Georgetown has one timeout remaining. LJ Peak, the inbound.
And if your Butler forced Georgetown to catch the ball going towards where they're at, not full speed going the opposite way.
Here's Mosley. 6 seconds. And he calls a timeout as he gets the ball into the front court.
Has to be a quick play. You figure Mosley or Peak will be the initiator.
So the Hoyas send out Mosley, Hayes, Peak, Derrickson, and Caleb Johnson. Derrickson has been great around the basket. Peak, 4 to shoot. Peak turns, fires for the win, and no good. We're heading to overtime in D.C. 68-68. Well defended by the Bulldogs.
A couple shots. He can be the difference maker for his Hoyas.
So Weidman and Hayes will jump it up. Controlled by Bradley Hayes. Pryor. Anything he can give them offensively at this point would be huge. Mosley. Pryor takes a 3. And a rebound to Keelan Martin. Savage, Ball, Weidman, Martin, Travis for Butler. Travis has been battling Hayes all afternoon. Leans in and banks it down. YMCA.
But I love the spin with the key with that, Gus. He got lower and was able to explode off the spin and finish.
9 points. And a whistle and a reach-in foul coming up on Weidman.
Well, I love the fact that you dribble in, and then you spin back to the baseline. But he got lower underneath Hayes and then able to explode. You know, that's his post move, and understanding your angles and using the glass to your advantage.
And Weidman is fouled out of the game. Leads with 5 points. Bradley Hayes at the free throw line. Remember, he's a 36% free throw shooter. he missed both. Looks like the shot clock did not start when the ball was thrown in bounds. There you go. So now we're ready.
Last 4 seconds to get it over half court, too.
And they find Butler. Savage breaks to the ball, guarded by Mosley. Baldwin splits the defense. Hands it off. Savage, 8 to shoot. 5 to shoot for Savage. He'll take a 3. And a rebound to LJP. Warriors could tie it with a 2 right here. Deep down the lane, off the glass and in.
And that's the potential right there. A little crowded space. LJP allowed it to open up and then exploded to the basket with the left hand finish.
18 points for Pete. 70-70. Savage turns the corner hard and draws the foul.
Sometimes you just got to make things happen, but you allow the offensive play to develop and peak. Able to see the gap, but be patient enough to wait till it opens and explodes and finish it. Finishes
the line and first free throw attempt. And he gives Butler a 1-point lead. Second free throw goes down as well. 72-70 Butler. Approaching the 3-minute mark of this overtime period. LJP. Pryor, can they get something? Hayes inside. Good position. Jump hook. In and out. The other way.
Tell you what, guys, Travis that time came early, took away an easy opportunity on the catch from Hayes.
And a reach-in foul on Derrickson.
And you ask yourself, why do you do this? Okay, Derrickson, Travis is 25 feet away from the basket. He's not going to do anything when you get it. So you gamble, you lose, and you push Travis to the line.
Travis makes the first. Butler outstanding from the free throw line. 17 of 18 today. As Govan checks out. Bradley Hayes back in. Savage has done a nice job orchestrating today for Butler as he hits the second. 8-point lead for the Bulldogs, 1:03 to go. Largest lead of the game for Butler. We're in overtime. And a steal. Baldwin. Hoyas unraveling here in the closing moments of this overtime session at a foul with 52.3 to go. So let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. Butler, their next 5. Tough schedule. Tough road ahead. Creighton and Xavier.
I tell you what, Gus, listen. Creighton is going to be tough. Xavier, of course. That Marquette team is a different team. If our viewers haven't seen them play yet this year, they shoot the heck out of the ball. Marcus Howard, outstanding freshman that's not getting a lot of love but can play. It's no easy nights. And
he's 17.
Unbelievable.
Savage, 10 points. 5 for 5 from the line. Make it 6 for 6. He's been 6 for 6 from the line, all during the overtime session. Mosley driving, no call. Martin with a rebound. And a foul in the backcourt. With 40.7 to go. For the Hoyas, their next 5, St. John's on Monday here. UConn next week. In Providence, at Xavier, at Creighton. Alonzo Mourning, the great Hoya, the great NBA player with the Miami Heat. His son Trey is on this Georgetown team. And Trey will come into the game now. Bradley Hayes.
Yes, with this win, the Butler